Hey there, cinephiles, and welcome to another episode of Monday Movie Pickup. Okay, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? This was a movie that we watched in high school after doing a thing on the Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey, and the movie is heavily influenced by that story, so our teacher showed us this film of all things, and I think this really is the best interpretation of the original story, and the movie itself is incredibly good, probably the most underrated Coen Brothers movie, and one that I just don't hear it brought up a lot, but watching it at the time, it was incredible to think, wow, there's a movie like this, there's a movie that's like this good, and this entertaining, and with such good music. And if you've never seen this movie, it's got a huge cast in it. And if you're a fan of Coen Brothers, this is definitely something you gotta go check out. I have The Last Unicorn, which I have never seen before. It's got a bit of a cult following, and I just had it requested to me on Patreon. So finally gonna give it a watch, see what all the hype's about, or why there's a cult around this thing. It's an 80s movie, so that's probably why I've never seen it. If it's a 80s animation that didn't do too well at the time but has a huge cult following, chances are I didn't see it because, I don't know, I didn't come from the 80s. I have Bruce Lee, Return of the Dragon. This is the Shout Factory release, and they actually just announced that all the Bruce Lee movies, the main 5, will be released by Criterion. And Shout Factory a couple of years ago did 4 releases themselves that went out of print, and in a couple episodes back I tried to buy all of them, but I never got to this one. I actually have a 2-pack with a bare bones edition of this movie that was released by Shout Factory, but I decided I might as well get this before the Criterion version because I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. I have no problem owning more copies of his movies, and who knows, there might be some special features on this set that don't carry over to Criterion set. This does have the artwork that you can flip, so you can get the original title instead, which in America was known as Return of the Dragon. Its original title was The Way of the Dragon, which is The Way of the Dragon, as I would like to title them. That's the way I'd like to title them. What's weird is I ordered this movie off of eBay, but when I got it, it only had the case. And for a second there, I thought I got duped. I messaged the eBay seller, and they did explain to me that they actually forgot to put the disc inside after they had sent it because they were just testing the disc in the Blu-ray player. So they were very nice and sent me out the disc afterwards. So, honest mistake. I'm glad I wasn't duped. I started worrying that I bought maybe a case-only version. But they sent the Blu-ray disc itself, which came in the mail a couple days later, but they sent it in an empty Blu-ray case. I don't really own empty Blu-ray cases, so if there's one of those back there that's all torn up from being sold online, or, I don't know, maybe breaking from me owning it or dropping it or getting smashed in those shelves, I don't know. But it'll be nice to have a case around that I could maybe replace one of the other cases with. I have here some Shout Factory stuff because they were doing some sales, so that's why I made sure to finally get Poltergeist 2. This is going out of print along with the 3rd Poltergeist movie. They did Shout Factory editions with a lot of great special features on them, but the second one I actually thought was a pretty worthy sequel if they really had to do a sequel to Poltergeist. Yeah, if you're a Shout Factory fan and you like some of these movies, you better go to their website and see some of the movies going out of print this year, because you don't want to not buy them now, and then all the prices will be going up. Phantom of the Opera. This is the Robert Englund version, and I've never seen it, but I've liked the other adaptations of the movie so far. I've seen the 1943 color version. I've seen the Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney. That one's great too. And they have the 2004 version, which I've seen a couple times. And I've never seen the Robert Englund version, so this came as part of the deal, so why not? The Adventures of Prince Achmed, a film by Lottie Reidniger, and this is really old school animation actually, and it comes with quite a few different shorts, and it actually comes with 3 Dr. Dolittle shorts, which is specifically the reason I bought this Blu-ray. And not for me really. I am gonna be watching all the films, but it's actually for a completely different reason, and it's actually for something that is being done on a separate channel for someone, a very great YouTuber named Alex Carson, which I'll put the link up in the top somewhere, and just check out her future videos, but watch her Dr. Dolittle video because she makes great stuff, and she's gonna be making a 3-part series on the Dr. Dolittle adaptations, and there are 3 Dr. Dolittle shorts from the 20s that were animated that a lot of people probably don't even know exist, but she's gonna be talking about them. And then of course, I have Jack and Jill here. I didn't really have any expectations for this, and I never have seen it. I never saw it in theaters. I barely knew it existed at the time, except a bunch of YouTube reviews came out, and it was talking about it being one of the worst movies ever. And, you know, I haven't been actively avoiding it, but I've had no reason to really seek it out. I do like Adam Sandler. I actually like quite a few of his comedies, but I did acknowledge that a lot of his later stuff was pretty bad, and Jack and Jill is one of them. I've heard. I've never seen it, but it's a Patreon request, so we're finally talking about Jack and Jill. Thanks to all my Patreon supporters. For only $7, you can get your own monthly movie review. Ask me to review anything I haven't already. There's also other perks like blogs, exclusive videos, and early access. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And thanks so much for watching this video.